Welcome back to the channel, guys. You're in the garage of Mr. Flea again, and we're doing another upgrade on the CR250L. Last time out it was the turn of the FMF Q4 system, as you can see fitted there. I've been out on it, it's really noisy, so I might need to put the spark arrestor in. Hopefully that might have quieten it down somewhat, but also another thing I did notice was that the fuel consumption went up. So I was roughly getting about 125 miles to a full tank. This time I got about 115 miles to a full tank. I'm sort of like riding under the same conditions. Anyway, to today's task, we're going to be fitting the new K&N air filter. I'll be going through how you just fit that, just as an addition really to the exhaust that we've put on. So we'll need to get a bit more air in the system. So what we're going to do is just swap out the existing with the K&N air filter upgrade. There is an Airbox modification. I'm going to go through that, but we're not actually going to do it today. I'm going to see how it performs just with a filter alone. Okay, going on to what you need for today. This is what you're going to need. This is the K&N air filter. Make sure when you order, I know you can order off eBay, some of these filters have not got a little cage system that's required. I'll break it out of the pack in a minute, but I'll just show you. So that's the actual part number you want. These do come pre-oiled, so there's no need to mess about with them. So let me just show you this. Hopefully it's not too sealed up, or is it sealed? Ah, there you go. So that's your standard filter, and it needs this cage system that clips around that and actually allows you to mount it to the actual bike. Make sure you get that in with it, because you can just order this section without that. So that's the part number. I sourced mine on good old eBay. So and the range, they're quite weird really. You can get them for like £45 up to like £60. So yeah, have a little shop around on eBay. You can find a deal now and again. Okay, in the box obviously you've got all your bump, doesn't actually tell you how to do it, stickers, and these ones are obviously you can stick that on your earbox on the inside, actually on the earbox outer, sorry, which would be on the inside of your side panel, and just lets people know that in the future it's got one fitted. Like I say, these are reusable for life. You just need to clean them out and then re-oil them as and when. So what we're going to do now, we're just going to jump onto the CR and dismantle it and show you how to fit it. Just a quick note, these are the tools you're going to need for today. A good old Chinese takeaway tray for your bolts, positive drive screwdriver, you need a 6mm Allen key and also a 3mm Allen key. So pretty simple job today. Let's get into it. Okay guys, on your CR250L or the Rally, it's the same. You're going to have these seat bolts here. Mine actually locates, it just holds the racket system I've put on. So bolts to take out, these ones here, these are your 6mm ones. You can then retrieve the seat then, and then it's just another 3mm Allen key down the bottom there, and it actually clips out. So we'll crack on with that. Now, just cracking the two seat ones. So you've got one side, on the other. You'll just have two bolts in yours if it's standard. If you've got the rack, then obviously there's a few spacers and whatnot in the way, but I can leave those all in situ. Just retrieve the two bolts, and the first thing is put them in the tray. Okay, that loosens off the seat, as you can see. Swift pull back. There you go. That's your locating lug there, which locates in that for later. And then these small sections, they just go down in between there. You can just see that, and that's where your bolt goes through. Okay, this is exposed as the top of the airbox, as you can see, and there's the actual snorkel. Now there is an airbox modification that can be done, which involves removing this snorkel. And if I'm not too sure, I'm going to do my research on it, but I think you then, with a Dremel or any sort of cutting tool, cut around the outside of this, or it might even be this section there, I'm not sure, but it's one of those two. It lets more air actually into the airbox, and that's basically the Airbox mod. There's some out earlier that involved sort of like drilling and putting little spacer filter type circular discs into the side of the actual airbox, but that was never ever going to do anything. You're just trying to suck through a side panel here. So yeah, so this might be one for the future, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to, like I said before, I'm going to fit the standard K&N air filter and see how it runs with it, see if I really need to do the modification. But anyway, I'll keep you peeled on that. So let's continue. Okay, up next we're going to be taking out off the side panel 3mm Allen key. There's only one bolt on this side panel, and when you do remove it, you can just pull this out. You get a little top hat spacer that's in there as well, don't forget about that. So there you go, into the tray there you go as well. Now, so your panel will be flapping there. Now it's in a push lug at the back here, so if you just support this panel, grab the panel you're actually moving and just give it a little pull there. You can see this there, that's your little lug that it's located on. Right, up to the front, it actually slots into plastics from this existing panel, so all you need to do is just pull it out like that. There's those, I'll just show you a close-up of that. There's those little lug slots there, and they get slotted into there and there. Okay, this is your airbox. Now, like I say, you might have seen on good old YouTube the Airbox Modification, where they actually drill this out and put these little like filter circular discs in there. Yeah, that's not going to do anything, like I say, but that's for the future. Anyway, you've got 4 posi drive screws there, so retrieve those and we'll just take this front cover off. Second one down there. One. Fourth one. At this stage, grab your bolts, put them in your trusty tray. Okay, now this will be loose, literally falls off. Okay, I'll just put that on top there. Right, okay, let's get a bit light on the situation. This is your standard air filter. If you look around there, that's your standard air filter, and this is that cage arrangement that you need on your actual K&N filter. This comes built in on the Honda one, so literally it is a case of pulling those tabs out and it literally just falls out. It's as simple as that. Okay, I'll just put that aside one time. Right, if you look into the airbox, there as you can see, you'll just get a little pointer. That's the actual snorkel that comes down. So that if that was actually removed, and then this, I'm presuming it's some of this section that gets cut out of there, that is definitely going to allow a lot more airflow into the airbox. Downside to that is, as you can see, it was quite mucky and shitty underneath that seat, so you are going to get some muck that falls in there with a bigger opening. That's still not a problem because the filter is going to do its job. Now, even with this snorkel arrangement fitted, you look into the airbox, there's dirt in there anyway. So, and there's also a little drain there if you've got water in there as well. So, doing that mod, I can't see it potentially being a problem, because the K&N air filters, they are actually water resistant as well, water repellent. So, right, I'm just going to wipe out the internal of this airbox, and then we're going to go on to the assembly of the cage onto the actual air filter, and then I'll show you the fitment. Right, there's your standard filter, and this is the K&N air filter. Also, this is pre-sealed as it's pre-oiled. Just pull that aside. There you go. There's the filter. And this is the cage. Okay, so if we have a look at the original, it's pretty much the same look. It definitely goes that way. It only goes on one way by the looks of it. Let's have a look. Yep, this does only fit one way, so where you've got your bigger recess there, literally it just pushes on over. There is no clicking system or anything like that, so it's basically just going to be a push fit type scenario. So there's your seal. That's going to go against the actual standard housing of the airbox. They slot into little tags, and then you push and they'll hear a nice little clipping sound, and it'll be located. So onto that. Okay, here we got the filter then. Remember, the taller side up, cage goes on that way. Let's look inside the airbox. As you can see, I've just cleaned it all out. Bit of WD-40, quick wipe out. If you look towards the end inside, you'll see those locating slots there. Now this refers to those bits there. They have got to locate in that. You'll push the filter in. The filter will sit inside a recess in the actual airbox, and then these little bits here, they'll clip into that. You'll hear a little click. So literally it's off of the filter in. So get those two locating lugs in, push the filter towards it, one click, two click, there you go. Simple as that. So that's the filter in. It is pushed up against the actual existing airbox. It's nice and sealed, and that's it. So it's a reverse of what we just did. Okay guys, that's everything nicely tightened the buckle back up, and we're all good to go. Just on a quick note, I mean my bike's only just done coming up to 1,000 miles now, so this filter's still more than usable. So I'll just airline it all out, and I'm just going to box it in the K&N box and save it for laters. Well, I hope this video has helped you out guys, and keep it tuned for the other upcoming upgrades we did mention on the previous video. Please like and subscribe as usual. Until the next time guys, keep it wheel.